Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazable, doing some more album reviews. Thanks for coming on by. I really appreciate it. Today, I am a little late on this one, but hey, late is better than never. And I am checking out one of the world's most renowned pop stars of the past 10 years, get going on maybe almost 20 years now. She's getting up there. And that is Charli XCX with her latest album, BRAT. For those who don't know, including myself, while doing some research for this album and everything, Charli XCX is a really well-known songwriter in the pop world. She's been making hits without you even realizing it. Doing research on this, I already knew that she was one of the writers for the song "I Love It" back in the day, and then I think the band name was Iconopop. She helped write that song, and then she was featured on that big Iggy Azalea song "Fancy." And I just found out that she did I guess some work on that Shawn Mendes, and I think her name was Camellia. I forgot how to say her name, but that song Senorita, she wrote on that song. So she's had her hands in all types of pop songs throughout the years, and that's where she stays in most of her lane, making pop music. But she's been one of those artists that's been really pushing the boundaries of pop by doing like different styles, by hyperpop, more like relaxed pop music here and there, but always just like keeping things fresh and new, I would say. And this is my first time fully listening to an album of hers, and I gotta say, she makes hits for sure. Like she knows how to write catchy hooks. She knows how to choose right beats, it seems like, because this is a pretty fine album, and I see why there were so many like memes about it over the past summer in 2024, saying Brat Summer and everything. It's a really good and catchy album with lots of variations and just good styles here. Like the album is called Brat, but I would say it's a pretty beast of an album in terms of like connecting like general listeners of music who are like old heads and new heads of pop music, and bring them together by bringing some really cool, interesting, and vibrant sounds on this record. I like that this album seems to transcend different decades, because it seems like it pulls from like 80s, 90s, 2000s pop music influences and just puts it all in with like a modern feel to it. Like on the opening song 360, the beat is really subtle, but also very catchy and infectious. Like you can't help but like bob and weave to it because it's such a really good and groovy song. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. That city still sluts the vibe, internationally recognized. I set the tone as my design, and it's stuck in your mind. Legacy is underrated. You gon' jump if AG made it. Like that beat is so subtle, and it just makes you want to like dance the night away with how like infectious it is. I gotta say, like the beats produced on this album, I think they do a really good line of tethering that line of being overproduced and underproduced is just the right amount of like bumping bass and like high synth sounds and everything. Like you think, oh, this is a really intense sounding song, but the way that they are able to mix and layer the songs with all the beats and everything, they sound really good. And then she has her really good infectious style vocals on top of these beats that just make you want to go hard as you like dance to it and just listen to it. It's very impressive. Like on the track Sympathy is the Night, the way that the beat is kicking really hard on this particular track, and then her with her emotional, like I want to say strained and a little bit on the raw side kind of vocals, it just matches very well and just creates a really hypnotic dance number for you. So I want to play a clip of that for you. It's just so hypnotic. Her vocal performance on this album varies from like soft spoken singing to some really high energy, like aggressive club vocalization. And I think with every track, she plays with her vocals in a good way to where it fits and matches the tone of the songs. And so, yeah, she can be really aggressive at times, she can be really soft, but she knows when to do it and how to do it at the right time. And I think she does a really good job of understanding how to her vocals, her strengths and her weaknesses. So I think every track she's able to create here is interestingly different and unique with every passing moment. And I want to say on the song, I Think About You All the Time is a good example of like how she switches up her style a little bit, because she had those like hard club banging hits with 360 sympathies and like a knife. But this is more of like a stripped down song, and her vocals really seem to really come through nicely here. So I want to play a clip for you.
I think about it all the time, that I might run out of time, but I finally met my baby, and the baby might be mine. Cause maybe one day I might, if I don't run out of time. Would it make me miss all my freedom? Think about it all the time. I think about it.
Like there's some like double layering there, and I think a little bit of her British accent comes out, so you get some really nice nuances in her vocals. I think, like I said, the experimentation on this album is really nice. She's doing like, besides like the opening last track, nothing really sounds the same, and it's all refreshingly different and it's got that pop edge to it, but also a little bit of like weird experimental pop sound to it, like unorthodox stuff that wouldn't be, I guess, considered cool in the mainstream, it feels like. And I would say this entire album all has really good tracks, except for one track where I think the production is not the greatest, and her vocals, they're okay, but she's just being a little bit too repetitive with the lyrics, and so the song just gets really redundant and just kind of comes off kind of bad. Yeah, and that song that wasn't the greatest, I thought, was Everything Is Romantic. The pacing on that and just the disjointedness of how it sounds, not the best. But I will say that's another thing that is really good about this album is the pacing on all the other tracks. They go by so quick and so nicely that you don't even realize it, but in the best way that makes you want to put the songs on again, make you listen to the album really, make you want to listen to it again. It's a very easy album to digest, and not to like, oh, this is like a chore, I gotta really get through this album. It just goes by in a breeze with all the diverse sounds and vocal styles, and very, very good production on here. After fully listening to like this album and learning a little bit more about Charli XCX, the one thing I can definitely take away from this is that she doesn't like put out half-ass work. She seems to put all of her efforts, her feelings, her thoughts. I don't think she makes music just to make it. Like, she likes making music, but she's not going to just churn out stuff and it just be kind of crap, because this was a very interesting and dynamic sounding album, and I like that she like just knows what she's doing. It seems like she has been putting out hits for years. She's writing. She clearly has a talent for it, and I like that she doesn't put out subpar material. Like, everything she's doing, it seems very meticulous and very detailed, and I gotta say that just makes it a very enjoyable listening experience. And I think anyone from hardcore music enthusiasts, not enthusiasts, but people who are really into music and like dissect things, like reviewers like me, and people who are casual listeners, are going to enjoy this album, and I see why it was so popular this past summer. And so I would say this latest album from Charli XCX is a good and solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so links down below. Tell me what you think about this album. Tell me what you think about her. Any other recommendations? Check this other video over here. Like, subscribe. You know what they do, all the YouTubers. Thank you for coming on by. I'm Matt from Diazable, doing my best. And till next time, see you in the pit.